Well. In true diecast-driven fashion, I am not ready tonight. Hey, guys. What's going on? Yes. We have Braden, we have Ellie Raysart, we have Martin already in the stream. It's good to see you guys. Hopefully you're doing well. Braden, yes, the Clanker AI car won at Long Beach, so that was unfortunate. I was hoping for a Rosenquist dub, but we did not get that. Sorry, we're full of shenanigans today. Ellie Raysart, no, I forgot. I was busy today and this weekend, so there we go. So I forgot to post it, but we got it now. And yes, Martin, good to see you. Tons of things to talk about. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but well, hold on. Is the audio okay? I guess first things first. Is the audio, are we good there? All right, I think it's good. It sounded good. I checked a little bit on my computer. Before that, let's talk about Arca, Riley. Yes, Martin, that is the plan. Audio is good. Thank you, Braden. Yes, Martin, that is the plan. Thank you, Ellie Raysar. Audio is good. Yes, we're going to go Arca, O'Reilly, Cup, and IndyCar in that order as they happened. So if you guys noticed the thumbnail to the stream, I didn't have a car because I didn't really know what I was going to do. So we'll put some tire decals on this car. I did this off stream a little bit ago. We'll do this side, passenger side. Thank you, Martin. I said we had to do the Chevrolet logo there, and the grill decal. So I got those. We have the windshield for this Arca car that we could put the Remax on. And then I also have the chassis with the tires already removed. So we're going to do a lot of tire decals today. So set my phone to the side, take a drink. How are you guys doing? Is everybody having a good weekend? End of the weekend is here. Yeah, it's been I've been all over the place. I have a theory Kansas Speedway doesn't actually exist. Interesting. Why do you say that? As a Larson fan, you could be better. I understand that. Larson wasn't going to win either way. Or he wasn't going to win without that caution. So him not winning after the caution, not that big of a deal. But I understand your pain. They're just racing at Daytona with camera tricks to make it all seem like Kansas. Maybe. Yeah, it's good. And one more week to talk. So you're going to Talladega for Sunday. I'm going to Talladega for Saturday. Before we get too far into the stream, I did get some new material for my 3D printer. This is as close as I could find to claret and blue, which is West Ham's colors. So if you guys notice, the diecast driven logo is claret and blue. Those were derived from the West Ham colors. So I am going to be designing up and making some logos, I think. So I wanted to get some 3D printed material to see how it goes. So yeah, we're gonna try doing that. We'll see how it goes. I don't really know how to set up a store or sell stuff like on YouTube or whatever. Maybe I'll have my buddy post them on eBay. I don't really know. But yeah, so thinking about doing that. Got my AMS, my 3D printers going. I actually watched back Thursday's stream on Friday, and I gotta be honest with you, and I'm not just saying this because it's me, because honestly I don't like listening to myself talk. I enjoyed the general vibe of the stream with the background music, the piano playing, just kind of working on the cars. I thought that was kind of neat. So that was like the first stream of my own that I've actually watched back in a long time. Probably since we first started this thing. So yeah, I don't know. Feeling good today. Feeling better. I still have like the slightest bit of congestion, but cough is pretty much gone. So I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoy it too, because that's like ultimately that's the most important thing. Like if I enjoy it but I don't really watch it, it doesn't matter. But if you guys enjoy it and you like to tune in and you like to listen and hang out and just chill, that's what's important. Enjoy the vibe of these streams in general, very relaxing. Well, good. That's kind of what I was initially going for, and then like I said, I never really watched my streams until Friday when I rewatched Thursdays. And honestly, yeah, I did like it. So I think, wait, you know what? I should post this on Twitter. I've been really bad with that lately. I have not been posting the streams on Twitter. So let me do that. Let me do that. But yeah, if you guys like it, that's the most important thing. So let me do this. Kansas, I'll do live now. Come hang out. Kansas weekend review. There we go. Miscellaneous. Yeah, so I have heard of Booth 34 Diecast. I think I've bought some stuff from him before at the track. I think if we're talking about the same one. Okay, so let me see. Does that post? Live now, come hang out, Kansas weekend race review. Let's see if I click on that. Oh, cool. Oh, so it opens up. Whoa, that's too loud. It opens up on Twitter. That's interesting. Okay, I've heard of them, never bought it. I probably have, just like not knowingly, because I've been to plenty of races and bought stuff at the track. I think there's an actual store location, but I do think they also bring cars to the track. I think. I can't say with like 100% certainty on all of these things. One thing about the grill for this car is I wasn't really able to find a 2002 grill that worked. So I found one that was similar. I don't know if I'm going to use it or if I'm just going to use this one and then trim it. I think that's what we'll probably just end up doing. Let's just do that. We'll use this grill and then I'll use my razor, my hobby knife, my razor blade to trim it. But yeah, let me know when you guys want to get into the race stuff, because there was plenty to talk about. I said that I wasn't going to talk about and or watch ARCA, but I ended up doing so anyway. We can start with that. If you haven't, go ahead and vote on the poll. It looks like 3 out of the 4 votes are night owls. I would be included in that as well. I do not like waking up early. I'll stay up all night working on stuff, getting things done. Waking up early, not my thing. All right, let me start pulling up some stuff. I don't mind do it now, but don't spoil the O'Reilly race yet. Well, we're gonna talk about it, so I don't, I'm not too sure. I find it funny Fox preferred Clayson and Squirrel the first name and Tigger and you know why they did that? I know why they did that. It's for people that just tune in to watch them. I 100% know that's why. I agree with you that I think it's weird and I think it's kind of goofy and tacky and just strange. But yes, I 100% know why they do it. Is so people that only tune in for those guys can find them right away. 100%. I mean, that's me making an assumption. Like, I guess I can't definitively say that because I don't work at Fox, but, you know. So let us pull up this. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, this? Okay. So I will actually pull up ARCA, even though we typically don't talk about it, but I'll do it anyway. The IndyCar race just finished, so I don't know. Oh, you know what? I am printing something right now. Ooh, it's already, only have 20 minutes left. Nice. Okay. All right, they don't have the, let's see, IndyCar. They don't have the results posted yet for IndyCar. Results by race. Do you think they have it? I'll just have to go off of my... Oh, no, they have it. Okay. All right, they have it. Okay. All right, we're going to start with ARCA. We'll start with ARCA. Here we go. Okay, so is the tied 150. What happened on lap 2? I thought there was... All right, hold on. We'll get there. All right, so the tied 150 for the ARCA race on Saturday. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We'll get there. Yes, I did tune in. I don't want to say primarily to watch Cletus, but a big part of it was to watch Cletus race just to see how he would do at a normal, quote-unquote, normal track. And he was running decently well until the thing blew up on him. The engine expired, and the car ended up... He actually did a pretty good job of saving it. He did not junk the car, saved it, and drifted it. And then his post-crash interview, yeah, it went kablooey for sure. Oh, yeah, and I do want to talk about the Daniel Dye thing as well, because a few weeks ago, we had that whole Daniel Dye situation where he was kind of, I even hesitate to say making fun of David Malukas from IndyCar, but we'll call it making fun of Malukas from IndyCar. And it basically, like, upended his career. In a bad way, obviously. And then I saw there was an interview with David Malukas, and he's like, yeah, I don't know who Daniel Dye is. I don't know anything about this situation. So they basically went and, like, railroaded Daniel Dye for something that David Malukas didn't even know about and then didn't care about. Like, I don't know. As a culture, we got to do better. Like, they suspended him. They made him go to sensitivity training. They did all this extra crap for Daniel Dye. And David Malukas is like, yeah, I don't know who that is. Don't really care. So why did we just go through that whole thing with him? So, yeah, that was pretty dumb. So now that we got that figured out, yeah, the end of the race... How would you guys describe the end of the race? Shenanigans filled. Yeah, I thought it was... What did you guys think? Kyle Keller in this race. Kyle Keller. Well, let's scroll down and look at the results. We have Gio Ruggiero who gets the win. Actually, I just want to point out... yeah, that caution Oh, you didn't watch it? Okay, so I didn't really watch it too much either. I just saw, like, I had it on as I was doing other things, but yeah, the 66 got spun with 10 to go, and that then, was it with 10 to go? I think it was. Yeah, I didn't watch the ARCA race, and I know what happened. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Gio Ruggiero spun the 66, and that was a girl. What was her name? Destiny something? Dynasty? Destiny? What was her name? I don't know. Destiny? I'm going to go with Destiny. He spun her, but she kind of saved it. Like, she didn't actually spin all the way down into the infield. Then the caution came out. Then that was off the nose of the 18, and then the 28 was leading at that point. Yeah, Jack Wood was leading at that point. And then he got wrecked on the ensuing restart. Yeah. Which was kind of BS. And then the 18 went on to win the race. So, because, I don't know, kind of shenanigans the ARCA race was. I think that's it. Oh, Ellie, you asked about Kyle Keller. Jack Wood had airtime. Let me see. Oops. Yeah, so Jack Wood on the ensuing restart he didn't get all the way over, but he did get off the ground. The roof flaps did their job at that point, which was good. Kept the car on the ground. Yeah, I don't see his name. One interesting thing though is this guy. This guy slid into my DMs like a couple months ago. Actually, it's a long time ago, like last year. And he asked me if I could make him cars or something. I'm like, sure, just let me know what you want. And then he never responded to me. Fine by me. I got plenty of other things to do. But just an interesting little side note, I suppose. So yeah, so the ARCA race. Oh, foreshadowing O'Reilly. Yeah, the ARCA race kind of shenanigans laden. I don't know. Gibbs winning. Big deal. They should win every race. But, yeah. So, here's what the grill is going to look like for now. And then I will trim that later to be more of what the grill is. So we'll do that. All right, are we good to move on to the O'Reilly race, or do we have to stay in limbo? But one driver who did a good job is scored. Yeah, so that's a good point. That is a good point, Martin. He did actually run a solid race. I mean, Cletus was running well too, until his engine exploded, went kablooey, as Ellie said. So, yeah, Cletus was having himself a solid day. He took it 3 wide on one of the restarts, but then lost those positions back because his racecraft it's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there. But all right, ARCA pretty much covered it all. We're going to move on to my favorite race of the weekend. Kind of the most unfortunate race of the weekend. Oh yeah, and hold on. The only other thing I want to say is when Cletus's engine exploded, Isabella Robusto and I think it was the 71, maybe Andy Jankowiak. I think is how you say his name. They both crashed in the oil from Cletus's car. So pretty disappointing for those two, but yeah, we can move on. Squirrel got approved for Talladega. If that's true, that's funny because Cletus didn't. I don't know if that's true, Martin, but if true, that is funny. So now we'll move on to this. The Kansas Lottery 300. This was on Saturday also after the ARCA race. Well, actually, it was later in the evening, but I mean after, technically. So remember when we were talking about IndyCar being on, like, them getting the dates wrong on the IndyCar website? It was the time that was wrong. So they did race today. We'll talk about it here in a minute, but what the heck was that? But they got the time wrong, even after his line P2. I know. So Sheldon. All right. The end of the race, I was honestly hoping for Mr. Sheldon Creed to get up there and at least make it interesting with Taylor Gray. Right. I don't really have a positive or negative thing to say really about either of those two guys. But man, Sheldon Creed just like second place is his home. Like he lives there in second. And he was kind of running him down at the end, but just ran out of car at the end. Didn't really have enough grip to catch him. And I thought Allgaier was going to get there too, but his car kind of fell off at the end as well. Jeremy didn't slow. Yeah, well, it's funny because Ryan Sieg, again, more bad luck as always, but he pitted, almost spun it, saved it, came back out, almost a lap down, and then just yarded the leaders. So whatever adjustments they made to that car on that pit stop, they hit the spot and they were flying. It was just too little too late. So the 39 team, another kind of architect of their own demise, unfortunately. Man, this one's kind of whatever. We're just gonna go with it. Okay, so Martin said, all Saturday I just came home and turned on TV and the race just started before the green flag. So then I'm assuming you got to see like the opening laps, right? Because we are about to discuss it. Are you ready? Because Carson Quaffle decided to get some air. I don't know if it was his decision, but yeah, so William Byron was in the race. I don't know what it is, but dude just like doesn't have it this year for whatever reason. Like he's not really competitive in the O'Reilly cars, not really competitive in the Cup cars. So whatever's going on with him this year isn't his year. Yes, Braden, one of the all-time jump scares. So going into turn 1 on the start, the 07 got turned and was in like a 4-wheel drift, a really long slide, and he kind of had it saved, and they were waiting to see if they would keep the race green, which they did, until the one car decided to go over and over and over and over. So it was very similar. It was somewhat reminiscent to Ryan Newman getting into Carl Edwards at Talladega in 2009. When Brad Keselowski got to Carl and spun him, the car got up and it was coming back down. And then Newman hit the left rear quarter panel and then pushed the car up into the air. So, yeah. Yeah, it cost the one much, much more. Absolute cinema, indeed. I agree, guys. It was crazy. So I think if the 99 does not hit the one car, the one car was not going to go over. It was going to come back down. But since they were at such a high rate of speed and he got into the wall and got the air behind him and the 99 hit him and propelled him forward, it continued to push air underneath the car, and that's what brought it over. And there's like really nothing you can do about that from a safety standpoint because it's a combination of two cars pushing the one car, literally the one car up and over. So, yeah, pretty unfortunate for those guys. They got dashed from the Dash for Cash right away. The 99 got destroyed in that. Bumper decided it wasn't going to flip. Yeah, the bumper, like, yeeted itself off the car. I thought that was funny, too. Bumper said, I'm good. I'm out of here. Peace. When the camera switch on, flips, update, upside down and over goes. Yeah, it was quite the wreck, honestly. And I think everybody like freaking out about race cars getting airborne. I mean, that's just kind of the nature of it. Like ever since cars could go fast, they would get airborne. Honestly, they don't even have to go that fast to get airborne. When I was at Daytona in 2014, for the summer Daytona race, Kyle Busch flipped it was in turn 3, and it was the slowest flip I've ever seen because he just got his car wedged. Like it was the banking off of the banking down to the apron, and then somebody else like wedged their car underneath his, not intentionally, it was just like a big wreck, and ended up flipping his car over. It was like the slowest thing ever. But it's just funny that like everybody's going to be complaining about the safety and all this stuff, and like it's just, that's motorsports. Now, is it bad, and can they continue to try and get better with safety innovations? Sure. I never want to say that that's just how it is. We should stop improving, because complacency is the enemy of progress, let's say. But at the same time, like, that's just... Also, I might make a custom of Carson, but I'm not sure because there's a lot of photos. There are not a lot of photos. Yeah, what's not safe is cars hitting walls fast. Exactly. So the safer barrier was a huge addition. Yeah, I'm not sure about pictures of the car. I'm sure you could probably find them somewhere. That I'm not too sure. The broadcast clip of them clipping. I mean, yeah, that was what I was going to say next is maybe that you could go rewatch the broadcast and they may or may not have pictures, good pictures that you could pause it and take from that. That's what I used to do a lot. I would pause broadcasts and take screenshots and stuff for Jeff Gordon cars. But yeah, so crazy race. Like I said, William Byron didn't really show up a ton. I mean, after he got the damage on the first lap or second lap, it wasn't really, they were kind of there. Now, one thing I do want to say, and we'll scroll down for a second because sad for our boy Fast Pasta here getting caught up. I texted my buddy and he said they ran over a piece of debris and cut the right front tire down, and that's what ended their day. So sad day for those guys. I was really disappointed. I'm hoping next week Talladega goes better for them. Decided to be productive today at the Cup race and got my new bookshelf set up, put my collection. Nice. Yeah, post a picture for sure. Like to see that. Productivity is always good. You love to see it. But yeah, so sad day for the 96 team. And then Kyle Sieg was running great. He was running, I think he was running 8th. And then I think they had another fuel pickup issue, and they ran out of fuel and had to come down pit road and like lost a couple laps. So that was really disappointing because that Kyle, he's again bad luck. The dude's really good, really solid, but just bad luck on that. Yeah, Jeremy Clements. I don't really know what happened to Jeremy Clements. He just didn't have a solid day. Yeah, I know, poor Viking. I was sad about that. I was hoping that they would fare a little bit better, but unfortunately they did not. Carson's flip was like a mix of Gen 4 and COT cars. Yeah, kind of. I could see that, where your head's at with that one. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Gordon's 2007 Coca-Cola 600 crash, where he got turned across the track and hit the wall, and then Brian Vickers hit him. Or was AJ Allmendinger? It was one of the Red Bull cars. 12th with a feel out, then got passed by a small pack of cars. Okay. Yeah, I thought he had a decent day, but it wasn't anything it wasn't outstanding, but it also nothing really went wrong for him that bad. So it was one of those days where okay, it's not too bad. And then I thought Corey Day would have been better. He kind of faded. The 20 car having, what did they have? An uncontrolled tire, I think. That was the best car there on Saturday, was this 20 car with Brandon Jones. And then they had that uncontrolled tire on the last pit stop, and that ruined their race. Yeah, I mean, Jeremy Clements getting a top 15 is solid, right? So that's a solid, good day for those guys. You can't really complain too much about that. Raja Cruz finished 20, which was unfortunate. Yeah, he didn't, they didn't really talk about him a ton on the broadcast. I feel like his day was pretty quiet, to be honest with you. I just feel like they didn't mention him a ton. Ryan Sieg coming back to finish in the top 10 after almost spinning on pit road was cool. Oh, did he have a cut tire? There you go. Okay. See, I didn't. I was like, oh, and there was. So we were at my sister's house and we were watching the race there, and then we saw our boy Anthony Alfredo. He was up front. He was leading. He was in the top 5, top 10, and then we left to go home. And by the time I got home and put the race on, it said they were out, and I was like, "What the heck?" So I texted my buddy and I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "Yeah, we cut a tire and crashed." So. Jeremy Climbs. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go down to the points. Anything else? Yeah, William Byron finishing 6th, big deal. Brent Cruz was impressive. And then I thought Justin Allgaier was gonna get up there and challenge those two guys for the win, but he ended up not. So it's fine. Justin doesn't need to win all the time. And then, yeah, so we had 18% of the race was under cautions, still pretty high. I will maintain my position. Stage cautions are stupid. I say them every week. I hate stage racing. It's dumb. That's all I'm going to say about it. Ryan Sieg did lead those 3 laps under that green flag pit exchange, so he did stay out a little bit longer. And then, yeah, our other boy, Anthony Alfredo, leading 6 laps. So, yeah, he was up there. I think they were on a little bit of an alternate strategy at that point, but yeah, I was hoping to see them get a better finish. Unfortunately, they did not. So he drops down to 18th in points. Unfortunate. Ryan Sieg climbs up to 13th in points. Our other friend, as Ellie said, Jeremy Clements, climbs up to 22nd. And next week's Dash for Cash at Talladega is Taylor Gray, Sheldon Creed, Justin Allgaier, and Jesse Love. Well, that makes sense. So, yeah. Honestly, my favorite series of the weekend So, well, I don't know. I'm not too sure about Talladega yet. So we're going down for the ARCA race. But my two contacts that I know both do not have tickets available or passes available for their teams. So I'm not too sure what the situation's going to be. If we're going to stay for the O'Reilly race or not, or if we're just going to bounce and hang out with Cody. That'll probably end up being like a game time decision next week. So we're starting to fill up the field with drivers that we like. We like the Sieg brothers. We like Jeremy Clements. We like Anthony Alfredo and Viking. So we're starting to build a nice little group of drivers that we want to see win. So yeah, next week is still a little bit up in the air as far as like what we're gonna do in the evening after the ARCA race. I don't know how long we can hang around in the garage. I don't know anything like that. So I do know that the race starts at 12:30, and we're gonna try and get there probably around 8 a.m. something like that, if we can. 8:30 something around there. So pretty soon we'll be cheering for the whole field. I mean, there's always going to be people I don't necessarily care for. I don't think there's anybody really in the O'Reilly series that I dislike. Like aside from the Joe Gibbs Toyota teams, just because as a Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet fan for my whole life, it's like, yeah, I don't want to see Toyota win. Oh, wait. No. Austin Hill. Don't like Austin Hill. With that being said, though, oh yeah, AM Racing. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe they might be gone. We put the cow bush on the name rail, by the way. So this car's done. I just have to cut out this grill to make it be the real grill, and then yeah, this one will be done. So I'm gonna clear this car on Tuesday. Austin Hill's the only guy that I suppose I don't necessarily like. With that being said, though, he got kind of done dirty by Jesse Love driving down on his door. Like he was down on his door, and then the air got taken off the spoiler of Austin Hill's car, so really not a whole lot he could do with that. So pretty unfortunate situation for him. Granted, I don't really care about Austin Hill all that much, but yeah, I think that was like Jesse Love probably could have given him a little bit more room. That's a pretty fair point. Ellie. I think next week, drive 4-5 Mustang JJ, a bit wild card. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, hold on. I'm still gonna go live Thursday, so we'll talk about all the Talladega pre-race stuff on Thursday. So don't worry, we're still gonna go live Thursday, and we'll talk about it. 1 second. Just gotta send a text here. Whoops. Okay. But yeah, was Love or Hill at fault? Looked like Austin just couldn't control. Well, so yeah, it was kind of like 6 one way, half a dozen the other. So I think Jesse Love did not give him a whole lot of room, because that's a very common wreck with those cars, and then with like the old COT cars and even the Gen 4 or Gen 6 cars. Yeah, so Austin did get down onto the apron a little bit and just touched it enough to upset the car, but then also having the two on his outside so close to him it looked like it pulled the air off the spoiler. So it was a little bit of yes, Austin Hill did clip the apron, but he also had a car like hugging his door on the outside. Again, it's a very wide track, Kansas. So to be on your teammate's quarter panel, on your teammate's door going through the corner that early in the race, not the best look for the two, but yeah, Austin Hill did get the apron a little bit, so it did upset the car. So yeah, I think a little bit of fault can be applied to both drivers in that particular racing instance. That's my 2 cents. Not a race car driver, but just what I saw. These decals here, these tire decals, are for the Ryan Sieg Watkins Glen car for me. Again, I don't typically work on my own cars too much, so this is a rare instance. But we will be going live on Thursday, and I think I might be ready to... I'm going to be clearing on Tuesday. Then William Swash proceeded to do his best ARCA break. Yeah, he done drove into some people. So, oh, 1 second. Just spent 2,000 fan rewards points on a diecast chassis rubber tire diecast. Oh, 164? Austin Dillon Daytona. Okay, 164. And look, we got, if we need to get more stuff done tonight, I printed, so we talked about this last stream. I got the box, and then I just printed all of the little buckles and latches and stuff that go on here. So we can glue these on later if we need to. If we want to, or run out of time, or get all of our things complete. But yeah, so I'm going to be clearing some things on Tuesday night, which means I should have the 01 car ready to be decaled on Thursday. Oh, Tuesday to Thursday? I don't know, maybe not. We'll have to come up with something for Thursday. But yeah, so that was pretty much it for the O'Reilly race, unless you guys had anything else you want to talk about. That Carson flip was crazy. It looked like, so they were 3 wide. Byron got a little bit loose, came up the track, got into the one car, got him sideways. He came back across the track, and then up and over he went after some contact with the 99. Speaking of 164, Kyle Larson's Valvoline. Martin, yeah, I heard about those cars, and I heard that the diecast, it didn't really look all that different. It was pretty similar. Not a huge change. It was the updated body, but it wasn't like super drastic. Apparently it's drastic enough that the Chevy teams suck this year. But yeah, Braden's going to definitely pick up one of those Larson cars for sure. Let's see, what else? Anything else you guys want to talk about the O'Reilly race? I mean, I think we pretty much summed it up pretty well. Y'all have money for race tickets? Well, you have to understand, I am now 30 years old. I do have a full-time job. So yes, I do have money for race tickets. And filling entire basements with diecast. Yes, I've been collecting for 20 years, so let's not, come on. Brent Cruz will win sooner than later. Too bad he's in Toyota camp. Yeah, I think Brent Cruz is a good driver. What is he, 18? I think this was his first mile and a half track, and he got top 10 finish, I think. So yeah, good day for those guys. I think he's a good driver too. He's no like Connor Zilic, but I think he's a solid driver. Sammy Smith crash. Sammy Smith crash. I don't remember that one. Sammy Smith crash. Did they crash? All right, let's. You want to talk about that? He would be in the perfect legacy. He could be. 8/17/39. Oh yeah. Oh, did he get a top 5? Was it a top 5? Oh, that's right. I think he did get a top 5. He finished 5th. Good call, Tim. I don't think I was watching at that point. I think, let's see, 65. I don't think I was watching at that point. I think I missed that one. You might have to bring me up to speed with that crash, because I think I missed that one. Apparently Ryan Sieg was in that crash. Didn't even see that, so I clearly missed that one. And the 17. You know what I should start doing is I should start watching the highlights after the races so that I'm a little bit better prepared for these streams. But you guys have all the information, so you don't even need me. You don't even need me to be here. We're just hanging out, working on cars, decaling stuff. Oh, one thing I also did over the weekend was I got pretty far into. They just spun. Oh, okay. I got pretty far into the how to make a custom diecast video that I will be posting of Michael Marutz's Pop-Tarts car. So I pretty much got like the entire first half of the video done, where we stripped the car, where we disassembled the car, stripped it down, made the decals, primed it, painted it, cut all the decals out, and then I'm into the starting the decal portion of the video. So I made some pretty good progress with that. I was pretty happy that I was able to do that over the weekend. So lap 100, Corday getting loose and used Sammy Smith and both spun. Ryan Sieg trying and spun himself. Oh, gotcha. Well, at least he didn't hit anything. I mean, I'd rather spin myself and not hit anything than not spin and hit something. So that's good, I suppose. Now, was it a Corey Day running out of talent situation, or was it a Sammy Smith? Like, what happened in that wreck? Because apparently I didn't see it. Thanks for the comment, Brady. Oh, you're talking about Brent Cruz replacing Denny Hamlin? I mean, I'd like to see Denny Hamlin retire like today, but all right, let's talk about the Cup race. You guys, you twisted my arm. We'll talk about the Advent Health 400. That's okay. You're good. I don't know what it is. I kind of know what it is. I am so apathetic about Sunday Cup Series races. I even watched this one with sound on, right? I listened to the broadcast. I don't think I could care less about Sunday races anymore. It is the wildest thing. Like, I don't know what it's going to get to bring me back to caring about Sunday races. But I literally could not care less about what happens on Sunday in those races. And it's a crazy thought because, again, I want to be on these streams with you guys. I want to talk about them. I want to engage with you guys and get your thoughts and talk about, everything that happens. But watching that race, and I was editing my videos. Oh my gosh, I just didn't care. I could not care less. Whether it was the broadcast, whether it was nothing, nothing about it made me interested. And I'm like, dang, How far have I fallen as a NASCAR fan? But yeah, I did see the end of it, and Reddick was running down Hamlin, past Hamlin, which at that point, it was like lesser of two evils. Like, I don't like Reddick, don't like Hamlin. You know, a Kansas race, I thought it was good. Boy, was I wrong. So, yeah. And not to mention my pure apathy just watching the whole thing, but also the whole race in general was just a snooze fest. So, what is this? What is this? Hold on. What? I've never had this before. Get out of here. Oh, come on. That's totally not a scam message. I know. Totally. What the heck? Alright, well, let's go back to here. Are we gonna... Is this thing gonna crash my stream? I was on Racing Reference last week. Alright. Give me a minute while I figure that out. But... yeah, Reddick winning his 45,000th race of the season. Yeah. That... Like, again, lesser of two evils. Like... I don't really care about Reddick. I definitely don't care about Hamlin. So I suppose Reddick winning was the better option, I guess. I was really excited to see Larson get up there and hopefully get the dub, but he obviously didn't. But yeah, so okay, let's see. Tires literally on. Yeah, so to be honest, I didn't even notice the tire fall off. Like as you're watching the race, you don't even I couldn't notice the fall off. That's how I don't know if it's the broadcast or the cars didn't show it or the laptop. Like everybody's the same. I don't know. Corded or unwound themselves. So yeah, I don't really know, like, again, it's just one of those things where I just don't, I don't know, the viewing product is not good. Oh, and also, I don't know if you guys saw the grandstands. Grandstands did not look full. Surprising for a Kansas race. I did actually listen to the broadcast a little bit. Didn't make it any better. Did not make it. I listened to like the first half of the race on the broadcast. The second half I did not, but I listened to the first half of the race, and it's just Clint was just Clint. I saw they were like eating something, but I didn't. At that point, I was not listening to it. I was just watching it. But yeah, I mean, the broadcast just doesn't. What if Larson wrecked Reddick on the first overtime? I mean, that would have been fine with me. I don't know. I don't really care. Like, here's one thing I'll say. Well, no, I won't say that. I don't know. The broadcast was something, and the racing was eh. The product is eh. I hate the cars. They don't look good, in my opinion. They race weird. They don't move around a whole lot. Saturday's race was way more interesting than Sunday's race. Like, you could not pay me to go to a cup race anymore. I would not go sit in the grandstands for a cup race. Mike J thought Dinger passing Larson was him taking the lead. Really? I did not see that. I was not. That must have been after I stopped watching with audio. Because I don't remember that. Yeah, then Cody Ware decided to shake things up at the end. I thought that was fun. I mean, sure, these races are so predictable. The only cautions were for stage 1, stage 2, and then something to bunch them all up at the end. like, I don't know what we're doing anymore. I really don't. Sundays, I know it's like the top level of NASCAR. It's the pinnacle, right? You want to get to the Cup Series. I don't care about the Cup Series. I really don't. I don't like most of the drivers. I don't care much for their personalities. The O'Reilly series has all the fun personalities, all the fun drivers. The CW does a good job of talking with them, and the CW broadcast was better. I don't know if you guys saw, but Adam Alexander, I believe his father passed away. That's why he wasn't at the track last week doing the broadcast. I think it was his dad. At the end of the race, they did like a little picture of him and his dad together. So I think that's what happened, why he wasn't at the broadcast at the track last week, which is 100% understandable. Totally makes sense. Yeah, 750 horsepower. How about like 900? Let's just bring the O'Reilly car up to the Cup Series and give it 900 horsepower. That would be the best thing they could do. They're not going to do that because they're stupid, but whatever. But yeah, Trackhouse decided to not show up. Kyle Busch, I would love to see Kyle Busch. Yeah, Braden, it's unfortunate for sure. Like I always say, like family stuff over any job or racing is way more important. So, I would love to see Kyle. Thanks. 1200 horsepower. I mean, we're maybe a little excessive at that point, but yes, we need to bring the O'Reilly car to the Cup Series. Give it 900 horsepower, 950. Yeah, that's sad for me because 36 or 36 is Ross. Dude, like SVG, Connor, and Ross were just non-existent. I don't even know. Joey Logano, same thing, 22, non-existent. Josh Berry to some degree. Like the Blaney had pit road problems and got a little bit of damage from that, so I don't really want to put that all on him, but like Cindric was the best. Cindric actually kind of was the best Penske car today, which was interesting. The RFK cars were pretty good. Toyota's dominated the whole race pretty much. Whatever. Trackhouse, now they're Trash House now, dude. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Riley Herbst and Corey Heim, those guys were both running well. Yeah, Connor and Ross definitely do. Like, Trackhouse has been garbage this year. Yeah. It was pretty much the Toyota show all day. I mean, Larson did lead a few laps, 78, but Hamlin led the most laps, and it was pretty much like Reddick, Hamlin, Briscoe, Ty Gibbs. They were all pretty much up front all day. So, yeah, it was pretty much the Toyota show, and then Kyle tried to steal it at the end, and that didn't happen. But just boring, not interesting. 17 lead changes, cool. How many cautions? 3. Oh, that's right. Stage, and then the fun flag at the end of the race to bunch them all back up. So, yeah, all season. You're right, Braden. That's a very, very valid point. It reminds me of like 2015 or 2017 Toyota, or 2008. Toyota's just winning everything. Whatever rules package they have is superior to everybody else. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to really like complain too much more about it because I just didn't. Seen like UPS scheme. Did it? Wasn't it white? Wasn't it white and black though? Wasn't UPS brown and white? I don't know. Well, I do know the UPS schemes are always brown and white, but maybe you're talking about the design. Yeah, different leaders throughout the race. Hooray. Point standings, sure. What was What is with Ty winning in all the ugly schemes? That's just they race ugly paint schemes all the time. That's just what it is. Oh yeah, and one other thing I wanted to talk about. William Byron, he finished 7th. That's not where they should have finished. They were like a 2014 was like a they're like a 10th to 15th place team all day. But they ended up finishing 7th. Good for them. Yeah, we could look at the points really quick. Again, don't really care, but Reddick, Hamlin, Blaney, they race ugly paint schemes. Hilarious, Rockstar. I mean, if it does, good for them. I won't care. Sure. I don't know. It's just maybe it's the wrapped cars not being as vibrant and cool as paint, but something about the old cars. I don't know if maybe it's the camera, TV saturation. Even when you see them in person, they just don't look that good. I didn't say they race ugly. So I said it. I'm not putting words in your mouth. I said it. I don't care much for most of their paint schemes. Wraps. They're not even paint schemes. They don't even paint the cars anymore. That's another thing. They don't even paint the cars anymore. So yeah, Willie B's in 7th with old Mr. Bubbles. They're tied at 182 points back of Reddick. I thought Hocevar was going to do better today, but unfortunately he did not. He was up front a little bit, around the top 5, top 10, but yeah, this is it's a year, it's a season. Can't say I care all that much, but NASCAR All Out just posted Carson Costle's flip, so the flip is now official. My TV always has saturation, so does. I mean, I don't know. I don't know whatever it is. Even seeing the cars in person versus going back in the day, seeing the cars in person, I just have these very vivid memories of how bright, especially when the sun would shine off of the cars, just how bright and vivid the colors were. Again, I'm colorblind, so, take my opinion with a grain of salt. But yeah, it was, I don't know, the new cars, the way they wrap them, it just doesn't have the same look. It doesn't have the same character. The cars just don't have the same character that they used to. They could fix it. They could solve that problem really easily, but why would they? You said Brad Keselowski's in 9. Oh, yeah, he is. Now the night is more vibrant. Yeah. Look at that. Speaking of night owls are up on the early risers 5-2. 5-2. I would fall in the night owl camp. I love staying up late and getting things done after the sun goes down because I do not like waking up early. Never have. Probably never will. But yeah, so Ross sitting 20th in points is kind of a shock, to be honest with you, but not really considering the way that team has run, like Trackhouse, that organization has run. One thing I'll say is Willie B's Raptor Coke 600 scheme looks beautiful. I mean, and it probably does. Again, I haven't gone to a lot of races in this new wrap era of cars. I've gone to a decent amount, but it's just something about it. Like I have very vivid memories of the way that, because we would go to Michigan a lot, and when we would go to, we went to Charlotte a few times, just the way they looked, the way they sounded. Like the 2014 cars were just great. They were painted. Some of them were wrapped, but most of them were painted, especially Jeff Gordon's Exalta Flame car. Oh, it looked awesome. It looked awesome. They should move the Phoenix race to the end of July. Practice would be 120 degrees of qualifying games to do a Matsu, and then I don't know what that is. What is that? Ellie Raystart, you're gonna have to explain that. I know what a monsoon is. Obviously, I know what 120 degrees is. What is that other thing that you typed in there? I have never heard of that. Oh, speaking of crazy weather, it snowed here today. Like big, giant, thick snowflakes. It was really weird. It was like a sleet. It was crazy. The roof almost did rip off. Yes, the car held up surprisingly well. It was a really weird wreck because it was all on pavement pretty much. Wall of dust hurling you at 40 miles an hour. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, we don't really have dust up here. We got them tornadoes sometimes, but thunderstorms, high winds, that kind of stuff. Anthony's in the house. What's up, my friend? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. We have one more race to talk about. We talked about ARCA O'Reilly. We're here talking about the Cup race from today, and then we're about to switch over to Long Beach for IndyCar. I've just been on an anti-Cup Series rant for probably the past 5 or 10 minutes. I wasn't really planning on doing that, but look up a picture. Oh no, now that you've explained it, I know exactly what it means. I've definitely seen them like in movies or on TV or stuff. I've just never heard them called that. But anyway, it's me and my girlfriend's 1 month anniversary. Well, congratulations. 1 month anniversary. That is awesome to hear. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Please forgive me. I don't remember her name. I know you had me give her a shout out on that one stream. Sorry, I don't remember her name, but tell her congratulations. All right, enough of the Cup Series. I'm over it. We're going to move to ARCA. ARCA, IndyCar. Jeez, my brain's all over the place. All right, so IndyCar. I just want to NASCAR look at some things. I saw Jeff Gluck post something about some guy writing crash for you. Ranthonia. You can't. Ranthonia, that's funny. I'll be honest with you. First of all, Braden, that's pretty funny. Just like all that. I seriously wonder though about the I'm still more and more wondering about the 45 car. Like, I don't know. I'm not some crazy conspiracy theorist necessarily. But something about the 45 car just geeks me out. All right, Ellie Raystart, we'll catch you later. I don't know how long I'm going to go tonight. We're probably only going to go for another 50 minutes. Probably just do another 2-hour stream. I got some other things to do tonight, but thanks for joining. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. And if we're still on after dinner, we'll see you in a little bit. But yeah, something that just the 45 car, I don't believe that Reddick is that good. Smokey, yeah, he honestly probably does. There's some gray area that they have found. They might be cheating. Them cheating Yoders, you never know. But there's something that they have found or discovered that other teams simply have not. So I have no idea. I don't believe that Reddick's as good of a driver as, winning 5 or 4, however many races he has this year. I don't buy it. Like Kyle Busch is one of the best drivers ever, and he can't win. He can't do anything in these RCR cars. But all the Toyotas are just, there's something there. NASCAR wants parity. There's something there. I don't know what, but anyway. I gotta stop saying. We're gonna transition over to IndyCar. Speaking of like parity and not parity, Alex Palou wins again. I'm so disappointed that Felix Rosenqvist did not win this race. They ran a great race. They had a great car. And then that first yellow that happened at Long Beach in I think it was over 2 years. And then Palou had the first pit stall. He got out clean. Rosenqvist got caught in traffic in pit road and lost the lead. And then once Palou was out front, it was over. You knew he was going to win. Again, another race under 2 hours. But unfortunately, it's another Alex Palou victory. I don't hate Alex Palou. It's just he wins all the time. They have found that Jimmy Johnson golden horseshoe. I don't know where they found it, but they have it. So, yeah. Scott Dixon finished third. Another top 5 for Kyle Kirkwood. Kyle Kirkwood continues to be Mr. Consistent this season. We'll look at points here in a second. But, yeah, another top 5 finish. He's only 17 points behind Alex Palou in the championship points. But, dude, Palou, I don't know if it's the 10 team. I don't know if it's him. Whatever it is, they have that golden horseshoe or something. So, oh, yeah, and I forgot. If you guys haven't voted, vote on the poll. We got a 6-3 Night Owl lead over the early riser. I'm in the Night Owl category. Going through the running field here. Pato Award, Scott McLaughlin. Okay, and David Malukas. Like, if you guys... I was hoping the open AI wrecked on lap 1. I think that's it. Yeah. I don't know if he's, like, entering the villain... No, I don't really have anything against Palou either necessarily. It's just that he wins all the time. But I don't know if they're entering the villain phase where they went from this like bright yellow, cheerful DHL car to the all black, menacing OpenAI like Skynet car. I don't think so. I just think it's a coincidence. But yeah, they ended up winning, of course. And oh, and if you guys weren't here earlier, we talked about David Malukas not even caring about Daniel Dye, the whole thing that went on there. So it's just another thing of how disappointing NASCAR is. Other than that, Graham Rahal getting a top 10 was cool to see. And Newgarden, I'm pretty sure it was Joseph Newgarden tried some different pit strategy, I think. Yeah, so they tried some different pit strategy. It ended up not working out. I think the car looks mean. It's just the sponsor I despise. Yeah, I don't care much for AI either. Good evening. Don't worry about it. You don't have to apologize. The party's just beginning. Actually, we're probably like halfway past the party, but we're still here. We're still hanging out. Don't worry, Newgarden can't compete on road street course anymore. Yeah, we'll talk about the schedule next, because I'm pretty sure, we'll look at that in a second. We'll just go through the rest. Marcus Ericsson had a mechanical issue. That's what took him out of the race. And then, yeah, that was pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. It's a pretty straightforward race. Aside from Felix Rosenqvist losing the lead on pit road, I mean, it just shows you that there wasn't a whole lot of passing once at the front of the field. I'm pretty sure Kyle Kirkwood was in 4th like all day. He might have been 3rd before the caution and then came out 4th. But Kyle Kirkwood was like 3rd or 4th all day. So, that's one thing about some of the IndyCar races. They're not that good. They all can't be the best races ever. So that's just in general. So the standings, we'll look at the driver standings really quick. Palou takes the lead. 17 over Kyle Kirkwood. He's still within striking distance. 63 back for David Malukas. 69 back for Pato Award. 74 for Christian Lundgaard. 75 for Newgarden. So, yeah, it's going to take a couple bad races in a row for Alex Palou to kind of bring more people into the battle. Kyle Kirkwood's, like, really, realistically the only one that can... How do I say this? Can comfortably challenge Alex Palou. for the championship right now. And again, like I said, he's Mr. Consistent. So he's at a top 5 in all 5 races. So, you know, the main difference is right here. Oops, right here. You know, he's won 3 times. Kyle's won once. So that's the big difference. Other than that, though, IndyCar, next week we'll talk about... Actually, I don't think... Yeah, okay, so they're off for a little bit. They have like 20 days, so 3 weeks until the Indy Grand Prix, which is the road course, which is funny because hardly anybody goes to that. But then everybody goes to the Indy 500. So, yeah. Indy Grand Prix, then the Indy 500, then they're up at Detroit. Maybe one day I'll try to go to Detroit. That's not too far away. But it's also Detroit. Like, do I really want to go to Detroit? No. I won't be able to... actually, I might be able to go to Mid-Ohio this year. I might. I might be going to Mid-Ohio. I have to see about the whole World Cup thing. All that. But yeah, okay, let's... Yeah. So that's pretty much all the racing that happened this weekend. Most of it was pretty good. Well, most of it was all right. Saturday was definitely the best race day of the weekend. Sunday, not so much. Between IndyCar and Cup. Like, I didn't think either of those 2 races today were particularly good. Again, I maintain my stance that not every race can be the best race ever. So, and that's the trap that NASCAR fell into. They thought they wanted every race and every championship battle to be the best one ever. So they started messing with it and making it artificial, which is annoying. So yeah, other than that, what else do you guys want to chat about? I got my new 3D printer material, black. I needed black for all these latches and just to have a black material to have. Did you guys like Friday's video, the Formula 1 car from Jeff Gordon / Juan Pablo Montoya? I thought that was pretty cool. Not a ton of people watched it. Oh, I put the short out as well for Cody's cars. We got that done. Posted that. Didn't get a ton of views. 300 something was pretty solid. Pretty good. But other than that, yeah, just trying to get some things done here before we head down to Talladega. Like I said, pretty fascinating stuff. Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of things going on here on the channel. It's been fun. Obviously, we're still cooking. We're still going with things. But yeah, I will be clearing the Coca-Cola, the Coke Zero car. I'll be clearing the 39 car. And I'll be clearing this 22 car on Tuesday. And then, like I said, Michael Marutz's car is coming along nicely. I have to find time to put it together. It's been sitting on my desk for like probably a week, honestly. So I need to find time to put that together. But other than that, yeah, just a lot going on. So, like I said, we'll be leaving on Friday for Talladega, so I will have a video out. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet. I should probably make up my mind and get that done early. Although I did take all of Friday off, so I could make it in the morning. Speaking of early risers and night owls, like I could make it in the morning. And then, oh, we could talk about the Premier League this weekend. West Ham plays tomorrow, hoping for a victory. This weekend had some Premier League action that was pretty interesting. So, here, I'll just pull it up. I know this isn't like part of the channel necessarily, but we'll just go over it right now. Alright. So we'll look at the matches that happened over the weekend. Okay, there we go. All right, so yesterday morning we had Brentford playing Fulham, scoreless. Didn't watch it. Woke up after that game was pretty much over. I didn't really care too much about that game. Leeds beating Wolves. In my opinion, Leeds are pretty much now safe. I don't think Leeds has a chance to go down with the current form that they're in, the points that they're picking up. I think Leeds is pretty much safe. Newcastle Bournemouth. I did not watch that game. I heard it was a good one though. Bournemouth beating Newcastle 2-1. Brighton Tottenham. I did watch because I wanted to see Tottenham drop points. They did. They scored in like the 70-something minute, and it was at Tottenham. It was at home for them. And the whole place was like rocking. It was so exciting. Blah, 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 all that stuff. And then Brighton scored one in like the 93rd minute to equalize. So Tottenham drops points at home, stays in the relegation zone. The end of the season's coming down to the wire. Very, very interesting. So Brighton going to Tottenham, taking 2 points from them, putting them closer, inching them closer to that relegation battle. And then Manchester United beating Chelsea. That was great. I always like to see Manchester United win. I have to go back and watch the Sunderland Villa game because apparently it was a good one and I didn't watch it. So I'll have to do that. We watched the first half and then didn't watch the second half because we went to church this morning. But that game, I wish Villa would have been in that form earlier and kind of sustained it because they have dropped out of the title race. Manchester United's actually in third. Forest beating Burnley 4-1. That should be how it should go. Forest should be beating Burnley. And I don't want to say it, but I'm pretty much going to call Forest safe as well. I think Leeds are safe. I think Forest is safe. I'm thinking the relegation battle is basically down to West Ham and Tottenham. And West Ham plays Crystal Palace tomorrow. So we'll scroll down here. They play Crystal Palace tomorrow at 3. So, yeah, I don't want to say I'm nervous about that game, but if West Ham can beat Crystal Palace, they open up a 4-point gap over Tottenham with 5 games to go. Now, West Ham still does have a pretty difficult remaining schedule, but a 4-point gap gives them a little bit of breathing room. Just something to kind of keep their heads up. So I'm hoping they can. Hold on, I got a somewhat important text. I'm hoping that West Ham can beat OJ Toothpaste. How you doing? Good to see ya. How are you doing? We're past all of the racing stuff. We're on to Premier League now. I know a lot of people don't really watch or like to talk about Premier League, but you know what? It does actually relate because RFK announced a Busher car for the team with the Liverpool. 300 Ty Gibbs Bristol win, please. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We might have something. I don't even think decals are available for it yet. Maybe one day if decals become available. we'll see. But anyway, so Liverpool is part of, like, I think the Fenway Group owns Liverpool, or is a part owner in them. And so Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing also is part of that. So this isn't the first time we've seen like other sports crossover. In my mind, I can remember 2007 and 2008. Roush Fenway had they had the 6 car and the 99. They had, yeah, it was the Carl Edwards car, and then I think it was David Reagan. I'll let you know. Are you driving? If you are, me and a friend got a gift for you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hold on. All right. So Zelle or Cash App ready. I don't even think decals are available. I don't think. So I'm just gonna say no for the time being. I'm just gonna say no. All right, my buddy from Viking just texted me, said he might be able to get tickets for me and my sister for that race. So we'll see. I know you trust me, but it's just a matter of whether or not decals are even available. Like, and I'm not gonna, I have too many projects right now to take on another design project. I appreciate your compliments. I very much do. But like I said, I have too many things to take on another like full design project. I know the monster cars are generally pretty simple, but I can't take that on at the moment. So if I'll say this, if decals become available, I will consider it. How about that? Is that acceptable? I will consider it. I know you have projects, but I know you're willing to pay. I know. Listen, I don't mean to say this in a mean way, but like, I don't really do this for the money anymore. I used to. It's not really about the money for me. But again, like I said, if the decals become available, I will consider it. I will. So, he has other stuff, but mostly yes. Yes, if the decals eventually become available, I will consider it. Yes. So, I just don't want to take on other things right now. So, just be patient. So anyway, the other big news. Hold on. The other big news of the day: Arsenal losing to City. I hate City. I very much do. But Arsenal losing to them and potentially losing the title would be peak. So anyway, that's all the Premier League. We don't have to talk about that anymore. You want a box of 2022 Chevy 164s? Maybe. Right now. No. Like I said, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. All right. Let's get back to decaling here. Carson Bass Pro Rally Car is going to produce. I'll give you make a flip version. Guys, I can't at the moment. I mean, yes, that one will probably be produced, but I always say this. You guys have the ability to make stuff too. You just don't have to rely on me. Try it out. Yeah, we aren't using them. That my friend is probably going to ask you to make some custom. Ah, jeez. See, I just got asked to make more cars. Driven, can you please? I'll time you out. I don't like to do it. I'll pay. I know, I appreciate the compliments, but I can't take on extra projects right now. And again, it's not about the money for me. So just be patient. Because again, the decals are not even available. So just be patient. Not to mention, I'm sure there will be other ones that pop up on eBay. I don't say that with absolute certainty. Right, it's kind of like if you keep asking me, I'm going to say no. But if you just let it go for a little bit, then I might consider it. I'm not lame. Not lame. Decals aren't available. I don't have a whole lot of time to do what I want to do and what I have on my plate at the moment, let alone picking up new projects. So you just got to learn to be patient. That's all. I know. I appreciate your appreciation for my skills, but hold on. Just be patient. All right, like I said, if decals become available, I'm not necessarily against it. But at the moment, I can't just take on... Because again, Cody's also having me make 50 more of his cars. I'm making the Ryan Sieg car for my buddy. He just asked me to make him a bunch more cars. The lady that I know from Ryan Sieg Racing, she might be requesting more cars. So like I got a lot on my plate right now. On top of the fact that decals aren't even available. Oh, the Brad Perez car I need to make for him. So just like... I haven't even finished the Michael Marutz car. The Talladega Nights cars are still on my plate to do. So there's tons and tons of stuff. We'll have tons and tons of content forever and a day on this channel, as long as I keep getting requests. So, hold on one second. Okay. I might be getting passes to Talladega. We're going down to that next week. So there's lots of things going on. That's good. It's good problems to have, but yeah, if and when decals become available, then it's a possibility. I will say that. I'm not outright saying no. Oh, one cool thing about actually, I can show you guys on my phone. Give me 1 second. I'll show you. A pretty cool thing about Saturday's race. I feel like Bob Ross right now. Just gonna put some happy little decals on this tire. Oh, also the 5 lug nut aesthetic for the O'Reilly cars is so much better than the single lug nut Cup cars. I don't mind the single lug nut for the Indy cars, but it's totally different racing series. Totally different thing. He'll pay whatever is fair. It's the same as my China. Ain't no rush, just a collection. Oh, jeez. Okay, I understand the decals. Wait, I just want to be... Okay, you're in line. That's fine. Listen, I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna just outright say no. But again, it's not about the money for me. It's more of time. I know time is money, but I know. You said you were gonna stop asking about it. You brought it up again. Don't make me time you out. I don't want to do that. That's not this kind of channel. I don't just time people out, but All right, let me show you something really quick. Pay what it is for it. Give it a rest. it's fine. It's fine, but yeah, just chill out. We'll get to it. Hold on, I'm looking something up on my phone so I can show you guys. All right, let's see. So I was watching the broadcast on Saturday, and Cody Hicken is already trying to recreate Quaffle's flip. You're gonna have to tell me who that is. I'm not too familiar. All right, let's see. Let's turn this up. All right, so this is the 96 team. What the heck? Okay. There's my buddy. I saw him on TV. It was pretty cool. So, he's the one that's texting me right now, trying to see if I'm still going to Talladega. Oh, jeez. Why doesn't he just jump on stream? Hold on. Hold on. This stream's off the rails. Oh, okay. Alright. NRT3 Crash compilation, it's probably from him. I probably have at some point or another. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. Alright. So, tell him to hop on. I did. Well, I told him... alright. I'll tell him. Hold on. But anyway, so yeah. I think I probably have. Alright. So we'll get those decals on. We'll continue this. So this will be nice because we finished the Ryan Sieg car. We finished this car. We'll finish these tire decals, and then I don't know, maybe we'll keep going depending upon how the rest of it goes. If you guys want to stick around. I just got like a lot going on. He's texting me. We're obviously live, so I told him that we're working on this. I really want to get this box. I want to start gluing these things. Oh, Cody H Gaming. Okay, I've heard of him, but I'm not too familiar with the NASCAR YouTube realm. Like, I know of some people, like obviously Michael Maroots, What If. I've heard of Cody H Gaming. Obviously Murph, Commander, and then you have like Ed Soundhead, but he doesn't really do a whole lot anymore. And then the Iceberg and Out of the Groove guy. Hey, there he is. Whoa, hold on. Gabe, you can't just you can't Hey guys. Understandable. Alright, fair enough. Well, welcome into the stream. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Saturday night was unfortunate. I was watching, hoping. You guys looked pretty good out front. But anyway, yeah, so I haven't, is that the guy I saw on TV yesterday? I mean, you possibly saw him on TV yesterday. Can and I will. That would be my roommate, car chief, on the 45 O'Reilly car. Okay, roommate, car chief, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Is he the one that is bringing the surprise to Talladega? Good to see you. Nice to meet you, Mr. Gabe Wood. Perhaps I will meet you in person at Talladega here in a week. We're going down for the ARCA race. I made some cars for Cody, taking him to him, and then we might stay for the O'Reilly race if we can. It's kind of up to Dorman right now. Sorry for not saying, you do great work. Mr. OJ Toothpaste, it's perfectly fine. I appreciate the compliments. But again, we've gone over this multiple times. I will make the car potentially if decals become available and if I can catch up on some of my stuff. So tell LeVar and Alfredo to push Jeremy Clements to the win for me. I don't know. Yes, okay, so Ellie Raysart is a big fan of Jeremy Clements, and I think you're a distant cousin, right? You're like related to him some way. So he's a big Jeremy Clements fan. We on the channel, we like the Ryan Sieg team. We like the Viking Motorsports team. So we're growing our fan base to encapsulate multiple drivers, multiple teams. So, yeah, we have a good time around here working on stuff. Right now, this is something totally not NASCAR related at all, but 3D printer related. He's your second cousin. Okay, see. You still gotta get in contact with him somehow, some way. But yeah, this box is not NASCAR related at all, but I don't know if you guys were on earlier when I said I got my 3D printer up and running. I am going to potentially be making diecast driven logos out of and 3D printing them. Maybe I'll put one like on the mat somewhere once I get it done. I still have to model it up. But yeah, maybe we'll sell them somehow, some way. I'll make an Etsy shop or something. I don't know. I used to sell a bunch of cars on eBay, but I don't do that anymore. Alright, so those are all done. Let's keep working on our tire decals. So this is for the Bobby Labonte. Yeah, it'll come to me. Give me a minute. Bobby Labonte Coke Zero car from 2010. I will be clearing that car on Tuesday, and we can put it together next week. I'd buy the one right away when it happens. Which one? I'd buy... Oh, buy one. Oh, a diecast driven logo? I'm dumb. I'll consider it. I think it's kind of crazy that... Like, I'm just a guy in my basement working on cars, like hanging out with you guys. I'm not anybody special. I'm not involved in NASCAR in any way. I just know a few people on the periphery, you know, on the outskirts. So I'm just, you know, I'm just a guy working on some cars, making this hobby. And for you guys to be in here, to hang out, and to want to buy something like that is fascinating to me. Obviously, I appreciate the support. You guys are really cool, and I like to hang out with you guys and chat about stuff. But yeah, when I started this channel, it was more of I will just kind of show off my collection thing, do a little video archive of all of the cars that I have, and I never really thought that it would get to a place where we're live streaming twice a week. We have over 500 subscribers. You guys are, you know, in the chat, talking, having fun. Like, I never thought we'd get to some place like this, but it's really cool to finally be, you know, or to be in this kind of space. Like I said earlier on this year, my goal was to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the year. Like, we've blown past that. We're at like, I don't even know, 520 something. So yeah, it's really cool, and the channel keeps growing. And YouTube has a weird way of like, it kind of humbles you in one aspect and then builds you up in another aspect, because some videos do really well and get like a bunch of views, 100 plus. Other videos don't do so well and barely get any views. 530, really? Wow, where did those come from? I'm pretty sure it was just like 520 something. Well, all right, according to Braden, we're at 537. So yeah, it's just like, it's a super cool thing that I never really envisioned, never really thought would get to where we are. I still think my goal is to get 10, you know, on average, double-digit people in the streams on Tuesday or Thursdays and Sundays. I still think that's kind of a cool goal, just to be able to grow the community, I guess, now a little bit more and hang out with you guys. I guess, yeah, we just got to 500. We hit that, like, was it a month ago? I feel like it was pretty recent. But yeah, we were just there like a month ago or something. So we hit that really, really early. We have 11 votes on the poll in the chat. Like, so we hit double-digit votes on the poll, which is cool. We have, on average, between like 5 to 8 people joining the streams at any given time, hanging out, working on cars. You know, we're working on cars constantly for teams, for drivers, crew members. It's like, all of that's cool, but more subs in a month than my whole channel. Well, how long have you been doing it too? I guess I've been doing this for like 2 years. So I think it's been 2 years. I think May will be 2 years. So we'll see how it continues to grow, and you never know. If you go back and watch some of like the early stuff, I don't know. I'm still probably not where I want to be, but I don't really know where I want to be. As long as the audio's good, the visual's good, then, and you guys can chat and everything, then, I mean, that's good enough for me. As long as you guys like it. So, yeah, we obviously have plenty of cool projects. I still have to... the D'Agostini has brought in a lot of people to the channel. I still have to build the next section. All right, you're leaving. Well, it was good to see you. Also, my channel will turn 1. Yeah, so it's like, it's all relative. I mean, you do a lot of really cool stuff on your stream, Ellie Racer. I think you're leaving, but you do a lot of cool stuff there with your drawings, so it'll grow. It's just give it time. I know it's kind of a cliche thing, and I'm not a big channel at all. I'm like 500 subscribers. Michael Marutz has like 80-something thousand. That's a lot of people. That's like that's more than most sports stadiums. Pretty crazy perspective when you put it in that. So, yeah. Well, Martin, congratulations on a year. That's exciting. Let's glue some of these things into place. So this is just like a secondary hobby is 3D printing. And these boxes from Warzone, if you guys are familiar with that. While we wait for the decals to release from the backing. Maybe I'll put my diecast driven logo in this box. That would be fun. All right, we'll set that to the side. I think these Still got 5 people here. I don't know how much longer we're gonna go. Probably maybe another 10, 15 minutes, something like that. Whoops. It's train o'clock over here. Can you guys hear that? Alright, so we'll set that to the side, let that cure for a minute. Like I said, I went back and listened to the stream, and listening to the piano playing was very nice in the background. I really did enjoy that. 11 votes on the poll. Awesome. Oh, I didn't even cut those ones out yet. Alright, we'll get to that in a minute. I guess one more thing we could... you can hear it. Yeah, we live pretty close to some railroad tracks. It's not too bad. Like, I don't know if you can hear it now, but it's already gone. But the only thing that's really the worst part is the horn. If they didn't have to blare the horn, it wouldn't be that bad, but thing's loud. So, yes, the only other thing I guess I really want to talk about tonight is the do you have train tracks? Right, we do. You might be, I think I might know why you're being a little sarcastic about it, but yeah, we definitely do. They are right behind the house. So this car will roll this way, so that arrow points that way. Wait a second. You know what? Whatever. Yes, the train tracks are very close to the house. Probably 60 feet, 100 feet. They're pretty close. And it's like the train superhighway. They're always coming through at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. So I guess that's the good thing. They're here and gone like before you even realize. But it's loud. And it's not impossible to deal with, but when you're outside, surprisingly, the house does a good job of muffling the noise. But yeah, they are loud and they are fast when they fly by the house. All right, so we have 2 more. After these ones, we only have 2 more decals to put on these tires. So then what I do after I get the decals on the tires is I put 2 coats of the floor wax, the future floor wax on them, seal them in, and then after that, I put a dull coat on top to give the tires a nice matte look, a matte finish. And that makes them look really, really nice. Could be living next to a bunch of Karens right next to Nashville Fairgrounds. Oh man, don't even get me started. There are things I could say about that would probably get this channel in trouble, and we don't want that. It's like they have nothing else going on in their life except they just want to complain. Get a hobby, get a job, go do something. Don't get me started. Yeah, exactly. Like, Braden's gonna get this channel Well, we're not even monetized. I was gonna say you're gonna get this channel demonetized, but we're not. You're gonna get this channel banned for something that we say. For those lovely people that have nothing better to do with their time. It's honestly so dumb. Tim's kind of right in that vicinity around Nashville area-ish, so he probably knows all too much about it. Alright, these will be the last two decals that we put on these tires. I guess what I'll do is I'll get the Hoosier decals cut out. Or our Genius Mayor. Yeah, there's a lot of those genius mayors around this great nation. I think we'll just leave it at that. For now. I'll go get the chassis for the 22 car. I think for this one I'm only going to put the Hoosiers on. I don't think I'm going to do any of the other decals. I think I'm just going to do Hoosiers. I think we'll go to 10:30. We'll just do to go till 10:30 and then we'll call it there. That'll give us a half hour to put these decals on. And then that'll pretty much wrap everything up. Wrap everything up pretty nicely. 5 miles. Oh, wow. Geez, you're close. Oh, so you're outside of the... You're just far enough away that you can't be one of the ones to complain about it. Although, you probably wouldn't be one of the... Well, you wouldn't be one of the ones complaining about it, I know that. You're one of the ones that would complain about the people complaining about the noise. Again, stupid people that have nothing better to do with their time. You give somebody one little bit of power and then they go crazy. I think I've said this before, but I think NASCAR should let the teams run whatever tires they want to run. You know, if Hendrick Motorsports wants to go to Goodyear or stay with Goodyear, but Gibbs wants to go to Hoosier, and Firestone comes knocking for... See, here's another train. You ready? Ready? Did you hear that one? Probably not, actually. And then, like, Trackhouse showed up, 2311 with Pirellis or whatever. I think that'd be interesting. Of course, I'd also think it'd be interesting if the teams could build their own cars instead of buying all their parts from NASCAR or single source suppliers. Oh, also, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this before, but I'm sure you're familiar with Rudy Fugle. I think I have. I think I've mentioned it before, but so last year at Watkins Glen, I met Rudy Fugle's father-in-law, which was super random, and I haven't talked to him in probably months at this point. Well, he texted me today. And he's like, what the heck has been up with the 24 team? They haven't even showed up. He needs the drive better or something like that. I thought that was so funny. And he was like, yeah, we're going to be in Charlotte in a couple weeks for the race. So I got to text him back and tell him that we also might be in Charlotte in a couple weeks for the race. So that was kind of a funny text that I really wasn't expecting to get today. But it's just, I don't want to say old people are funny, but older people are funny. All right, let me go get the chassis for that car really quick. All right, that was quick. Let me look up. Oh, we're at 70%. We're good. All right, how are you guys doing tonight? I feel like we're winding down here, but I don't know. I don't have the energy. Which is weird because I'm pretty much done being sick. So you'd think I'd have some energy now, but apparently not. I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head that I really want to talk about. Unless you guys have something something specific that you want to chat about. I'm out of ideas. We talked about Premier League. I don't want to say I'm nervous about West Ham tomorrow, but like they got to win that game. They've been playing better. It's one of those things where if they don't win tomorrow, then I don't know. I think they probably go down, but I don't know. They do have an opportunity to do the funniest thing ever, though, by beating Arsenal and basically taking the title away from them. Can they do it? I don't know. I don't know if they can, but... Alright, so this car is done. So we got the Ryan Sieg, Watkins Glen car, those tire decals on. Nice bright yellow Goodyears. Looks great. We got the Bobby Labonte 2010 Support Our Troops. You complain about the complaining. That's funny. I respect that. Support Our Troops Goodyears on there for that car. We got the decals done for some of the things on that car. And then we got this Kyle Busch 2002 ARCA car with... Oh, we could talk about the Kyle Busch Denny Hamlin thing. So I didn't really pay too much attention to it. But I would love for them to switch cars for a week and watch Denny Hamlin run in like 30th and Kyle Busch run in the top 5. Because RCR is nowhere near what Gibbs is. And then Chevrolet also has just been trash, and Toyota's been on top of everything. So, yeah, it would be really, really funny to see that. I wish they could do something like that. That would be so funny. All right. So throw 3 of these on here. When I downloaded this file, I thought that it would just print the orange and the black. I was wrong. It did not. You have to glue them on. It's not like that difficult of a thing, but the new AMS automatic materials something for the printer that I bought, I thought it would have taken care of that, but it didn't. So, or it does, but the problem is this file was not like that. Which I didn't make this file, I just downloaded it. This glue is some good stuff, by the way. It's toxic. Testers, don't eat it. It's good stuff. Denny wasn't top dog when Rowdy was at JGR. I mean, that's true. Kyle Busch, in my opinion, Kyle Busch is a better driver than Denny Hamlin. I just think he is. But whatever Joe Gibbs Racing has been doing since they got this next gen car, they have figured something out. So whatever it is, they've obviously figured it out. RCR has not. So, yeah, I mean, Kyle started in 2005 and Denny started in 2006. And I mean, they both won a decent amount of races in their time at JGR, but Kyle was definitely the better driver than Denny. Denny's good. Denny's a good driver. I'm not going to take that away from him, but I mean, I'm not. You can't. You can't sit here and try and convince me that he's a better driver than Kyle. And I don't like Kyle Busch. I never have. Never really cared for him, even when he was with Hendrick Motorsports. But yeah, I mean, can't really convince me that Denny's a better overall driver than Kyle is. Not that I need convincing, or not that we need to have that conversation. I guess people are going to have it, but no, I think Kyle Busch is the better driver of the two, if you look at the entirety of the career. Wouldn't it be interesting if Kyle goes to Hendrick Motorsports next year and just starts winning again? I doubt that is going to happen, but that would be pretty funny. Also, a first for the channel. I've never put Hoosier decals on a car before. I've done General Tires and we've done Goodyears, but I've never done Hoosiers. Denny is aging like fine wine, Kyle. Yeah, I think to some degree. I also think a big part of it is Kyle's focusing more on Brexton, or focusing a lot on Brexton's racing career. And I think that takes a lot of his time. Wait, yeah, it's Brexton, because Keelan's Harvick's kid. Keeping them all straight, it's difficult. I don't really pay too much attention. But yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with JGR versus RCR. I think if you took those two drivers at the beginning of this season, put them in each other's cars, you would get the same. You would likely get the same running position out of those cars. I think that's probably the likeliest outcome. And again, I know Kyle's probably focusing a lot with Brexton. But if you put Kyle in the 11 car and you put Denny in the 8 car, they probably end up on the scoring pylon pretty similar to what they are now. Just the way that the two programs are. Again, I can't say that definitively. I can't say that with certainty, but that's my opinion. It's probably... maybe Denny outruns Kyle a little bit, but I mean, I don't know. It's just weird. I still think Kyle Busch is probably one of the best drivers to ever drive in NASCAR in the top series. Like Tony Stewart, one of the best drivers, all-around drivers. Obviously Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon you can put up there because Gordon can drive multiple different variations, series. It's just, I don't know. It's also really weird that SVG hasn't been doing hardly anything this year either. And he's been solid, but Trackhouse is out to lunch today. Look at that. Hoosier tires. Whoa. The roll cage isn't really attached to the body pan all that much. Okay. Oh yeah, and the crew lost on Saturday as well. They suck. They lost to the New England Revolution last night, 2-1 in New England. So I don't know what the crew's gonna do, but they're pretty bad. So is my buddy's team Orlando City. They're pretty bad also. So yeah, this is what it is. I think the crew have only won one game so far. I think. I don't really follow MLS too much. That's basically a number for us who do nothing at the ovals, but wait till. Well, he's been getting better actually at the ovals, which hasn't really surprised me, but you know, kind of a steep learning curve, I guess, coming into NASCAR. But he's been getting better at the ovals. He's not. I didn't expect him to go out and like win a bunch of races. I still think he could maybe steal one at an oval this year. Unlikely, but I think it's a possibility. But yeah, the road courses, oh man, dude's gonna be lights out at road course, which I like. I'm looking forward to seeing. Does it go this way, or does it go this way? Probably this way. I think SVG will Chastain. Yeah, Trackhouse is non-existent, and that's not. You know, like, SVG has nothing to do with that. Like, look at Ross. Didn't Ross... I'm looking at my case over there. Ross won Kansas in 2024. I think it was the fall of 24. And for them to just be non-existent today, he's not going to steal one without... Yeah, exactly. No, he absolutely will not with their current... form. I know that's like a soccer Premier League term, but their current form, he's not going to win a race. Not at all. Still probably on a road course. He'll still probably do well, but... Tyler Reddick screaming we're out of fuel. Did he do that? When did he do that? I must have missed that. Screaming we're out of fuel. Have you guys ever seen the Blues Brothers? We're out of gas. Tanker truck hasn't been here for hours. Or tanker truck's late or whatever they say. 2 to go. Did he really? They must have flipped the switch and had more... Who said Smokey Unick? I think LE Racing said that. Yeah, I'd like to see Zilich win too. I'd think that'd be good for him, good for Trackhouse, good for NASCAR. I'm still hoping that happens. Yeah. Oh, I didn't hear that about Reddick. Whatever. Whatever. Alright. I would like to see Zilich win. I don't really have anything against Zilich. Oh, speaking of Zilich. Yeah, so Tuesday night I'm going to clear some stuff. But I'm also going to be going and sandblasting that car as well, the Zilich car. So we'll be working on that one probably in a couple weeks here, shortly. Look back at the final 10 laps on the NASCAR YouTube channel. Listen, Martin, I'll be honest, I don't care enough to... I'm not trying to be mean to you, but like, I don't care enough to go back onto the NASCAR YouTube channel and look it up and just to hear Tyler Reddick say that they're out of fuel and then they still win the race. I don't care enough. Best movie in the world. Ooh, I don't know if it's the best movie in the world, but it's definitely, it's up there. It's one of my favorites. The Blues Brothers, Rhythm and Blues Review. I love that movie. I haven't seen it in a while, but I'll have to watch it sometime. Maybe I'll watch it on my way down to Talladega. We'll put it up on the dashboard and we'll be cruising with the Blues Brothers, Jake and Elwood. Jake, Elwood, the Blues Brothers. All right. So we got these. Oops, I meant 3 to go, not 2 to go. Sorry. Oh, it's fine. You're good. You don't have to apologize. I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna go look it up though. Tyler Reddick won the race. It doesn't really matter what he said. He could have said there's a fire in the cockpit and they still won the race, and I wouldn't go look it up. Or like a monkey or a squirrel running around inside the cockpit, landing on his helmet or something. I wouldn't even go look that up. Like, I don't know. Nothing against you. It's just that cup race today really put me in some sort of mood. Look at this state of this decal. Let's fix that. What happened here? What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't teach. So we get what we had here last year, which is the way he wants it. So he gets it. You guys like Guns N' Roses? I haven't heard that song in a while. Civil War. Guns N' Roses. Take your time, man. Not a peep out of me. Oh, nah, well, don't worry. We'll get it. We'll get it. 4 fried chickens and a Coke. Night Owl, 100%. Who else? Good one. 4 whole fried chickens and a Coke. Jake, Elwood, the Blues Brothers. Oh, man. I gotta watch that movie sometime. Sometime. All right. Hoosier Tires. Steph, thanks for joining. Stephanie B22. Oh, okay. I see what you did there. That's unbelievable. We're just getting ready to end the stream. We got about probably, I'm going to go for 9 more minutes. 10:30 is going to be the end of the stream, which will give us time to put these 2 decals on, and then we'll put the other things on the box, and then we'll call it. The bee's knees. The bee's knees. Car looks great. Which car? 22? I know that's your favorite number, so I'll show you in a second. We pretty much just did tire decals tonight. I'm tired of working on them. So we put the Hoosiers on these ones. We did some Goodyears on this one, some Goodyears on this one. Support our troops on that one. So, I ordered the decals for the Ryan Sieg Daytona car, and then I also ordered the decals for the Carl Edwards 2015 Charlotte win. Ordered those yesterday, so they are on their way. Here's the 22 car, Dynatech. It's not quite Dynaco, but Dynatech. Will you make a flipped version for a fun project in the future? Are you talking about the one car? Probably not. I'll be honest, I wouldn't have anywhere to put it in my collection. If you're it's also not really something that totally interests me either. Like, I have nothing against the one team. There are so many Gordon cars that I have. Dynaco Blue. There are so many Gordon cars that I would like to make for any race car. The only flipped version that I really, really want to make is Jeff Gordon's 2011 Budweiser Shootout flip. I think it was 2011. It was either 2011 or 2012. I think it was 2011. That was the first time that Gordon ever flipped a car. How would I look if I was in Dynatech Red? Dynatech Red! That's funny, Braden. So, yeah. Yeah, I might do that Jeff Gordon Drive to End Hunger car flip version. Was it 2012? Okay, I don't remember. 2011, 2012. So yeah, that's probably the only one that I'll make. Yeah, Steve Martin in The Jerk. I don't remember if I've seen that one or not. But yes, Appetite for Destruction. Great album. Great album. Guns N' Roses, some classic GNR. Steve Martin, The Jerk. I don't know if I've seen that one. Dynatech's All Mine. Oh, that's funny. Martin, that's funny. I should have, you guys, Dynatech Red. We should have, oh, here comes another train. Let's see if you can hear it. Did you guys hear that? Train o'clock. All the time at this joint. All the time. I'm on the night train. You can't get hit for singing songs on YouTube, can you? Yeah. Night train. Oh, you know what we should do? We should have a train counter during the streams. I gotta figure out how to do that. Maybe we'll do a train counter. We'll put it like up in the corner somewhere up here. Like, I don't know, something. And every time a train rolls by, we'll change it. We'll add a number to it. Just something fun to do. We've had 66 views. If you guys are fans of Emperor Palpatine, Execute Order 66. If you're fans of the prequels. I feel like we talk about Star Wars a lot. Or it gets brought up a lot anyway. So I'm excited about this. I'm going off the rails on the crazy train. See, now that's Ozzy. But also a great song. Maybe next week we'll talk about our favorite comedy. Oh, we could talk movies, comedy movies. I mean, we could talk about them right now. I mean, I do want to do a movie themed stream because I'm going to be making those robots cars. So I do want to do a movie themed stream at some point. That probably in a couple weeks, I'm thinking. But yeah, there's a lot of good movies out there. Oof. Like the 80s had a ton of good movies and music. The 80s, like, culturally seemed like the best time. Like the 90s seemed pretty good too. And honestly, I liked the early 2000s growing up in that. But it just seemed like the 80s rocked. Take a shot every time we hear the train. You can play that game. Wait, you're gonna make those on stream? The robots cars? Yeah. I think I am. I'm not gonna like hide it from my sister too much because they go with the Disney collection that I have started for her. I've made her some cars. I've bought her some cars. So Yeah. Plus, I'm making 3 of them. So, yeah, my plan is to do like a movie themed stream with like Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, that sort of thing at some point. So I have the decals. I think I've showed you guys. I have the I bought did I buy another car? Yeah, I bought 2 more cars. So I have all of the cars. Grown-ups. Yeah, Grown-ups is a weird one. Came out in like 2012 or something. Adam Sandler, Kevin James, David Spade, Rob Schneider, Chris Rock. That's a good one. But yeah, I have the cars. I have one of the cars pretty much all stripped down and ready to go, so I got to start painting that pretty soon. But yeah, so look at that, 10:29. We did pretty good tonight, guys. It wasn't like a super specific stream, but we did get some things done. We got the tire decals done on this one, tire decals done on this one, tire decals done on this one. Here, I'll show you guys this. See, they're a little shiny. That's before I put the dull coat on them. I put the floor wax on just to seal them in to make sure that the decals all stay. 70s and 80s were the best. I hate some of you couldn't experience that era. Yeah, I really liked growing up in the early 2000s. Maybe we'll do that kind of stream too at some point. Maybe that would overlap with the robots car since it's from 2005. But yeah, the early to mid 2000s were good too, because it was before social media and it was before kind of the internet exploded, and I feel like NASCAR was also at its peak in the early 2000s, so like growing up watching NASCAR. But yeah, we made some progress tonight for sure, Martin. We definitely did. Like I said, I'm gonna cut this grill out to make it the 2002 car. This one is done. This one we will clear on Tuesday. Yeah, so we got the windshield decal added to it. So I think I'm gonna call it there. Oh, and we got our Warzone orange box put together with our latches and buckles and everything on it. So this is pretty cool. I'm excited about this. It's nothing related to racing, but I think I'm gonna have my wife cricket out our gamer tags and put them on here. And the Chevy logo on the hood should be addressed. Yeah, I changed it. I made it a little bit smaller, so I think it's good enough. I'm not too worried about it. It just barely kisses that hood pin, so I'm just gonna let it ride. So yeah, thank you guys for joining. 10:31, so we went a minute over the 2.5 hour mark, and yeah, so we will see you Thursday for another stream. I have to figure out what we're gonna do on Thursday, because at the moment I don't know. We'll come up with something for Thursday. It'll be a Talladega preview, and then we will be going down to the race on Friday. We'll be driving down Saturday. We're going to go to ARCA, and it looks like my buddy can get us some VIPs for the O'Reilly race. And then I'm going to try and make it home. Yep, we're going live Thursday. And then Thursday. And then Sunday, we're going to try to make it home at a reasonable time, and maybe we'll just hang out and chat on Sunday. I don't know if I'll have anything to work on. But yeah, we'll see you guys on Thursday for a Talladega preview, and we'll have some race picks. We'll talk about the weekend. And yeah, so I'm glad you guys enjoyed the racing over the weekend. This weekend at Kansas, Saturday better than Sunday. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support. As always, it's really fun hanging out with you. Thank you for voting on the poll. I guess we'll end that right now. And with that being said, Night Owls rule 8-4 over the early risers. So we will talk to you guys on Thursday. Have a great week, and we will see you then. Bye, everyone.